Right, welcome gamers to Super World War. This is a Advanced Wars style game, which is, I always enjoy these sort of games. Always sort of happy to have a look, basically. This one, and look, most of them don't have sort of random maps. They've got sort of like pre-generated maps just to sort of keep a bit of balance. I would love someone to develop one of these games where the where random maps, were viable. And it's very rare to find something with procedural generation. This one, of course, doesn't have it either, but it's still a nice take on the Advanced Wars sort of style of game, which essentially is where you've got like different types of units that have different sorts of abilities. Different. They're good at different things, bad at different things as well, and so you've sort of got to then mix and match. There's no RNG, so there's no random number generator in terms of the actual combat. So it really does come down to how well you actually do know the units, which is great. If I have a look at the story campaign, I've gone through the tutorial, which actually did take a bit of time to do it. Of course, you've got extremely corny dialogue, which it wouldn't be an Advanced Wars style game without extremely corny dialogue. I found that I was just skipping it all the time because it was just overdone. So I don't like the dialogue in these sorts of games, but it is what it is. That's sort of, like, I don't know if it's part of the genre or not, to just have really, really crappy dialogue. But anyway, this one has got it. I might just show a little bit of this and just so we can sort of see what it does look like. So did Jimmy come to laughing stock? Louis Capuletet, capital A, I'm not sure how that pronounced, takes the initiative and preemptively attacks the one he considers least likely to retaliate, the cunning Zian. So there's different characters that control different areas of the map. When I saw this, I was thinking, looks really cool. Looks like we're going to be able to go off and actually sort of capture things inside a like hexes, where we'd get different bonuses from the different hexes. So I thought there'd be a bit of strategic choice as to where you actually attack and what you then get from it. But no, that's not the case. It really is just when you attack an area, you are attacking that area, and like we're going to be attacking red, for example. If we go and start this particular one through here, if I go next, we'll then actually have the first of the actual missions. I'll just go next again. Hi, Heart of Mithril, how are you going? And hi to anybody else that's joined us. So it's time, Valentin. Once we've crossed the river, there will be no retreat. The die will be cast. So this is a sort of dialogue. It's a highway, sir, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it just goes on and on and on and on and on, the dialogue. And again, I don't know if that's just part of the genre. I just don't like it. I never have it in these other games. It's just too much. It doesn't add anything to the game for me. Anyway, I'm going to not play this. I think we'll play a different type of game. So I'm still going through the dialogue. I'm clicking away. So anyway, it just goes on and on and on. You can skip it, but then there is also a system in it where you've there may be important information, and I don't know if it skips that as well, because every time I've skipped it, it's gone straight through to the actual turn itself. And yet other times when I've just worked my way through it, I've then found there's a lot of information which is quite valuable. So again, I don't know if that's actually the case where that one sort of is shown or not. Hi Jukes, how you going? If I just go and click on OK, this then sort of takes us in. So day one, blah, blah, blah. I think I'll actually won't play this. This is the first of the actual missions where we've got to then sort of take our force in from here. What do we have? What's this one? This is a strategic platform. I haven't seen this before. Unique facility not only generates power points each turn, but also allows you to alter the weather to your advantage. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. There's some pretty cool stuff in this game. So it's I do like to go through the things I don't like, but also the things that I do like. So I'll go through this. I'll actually play a custom game rather than playing this one out. This would be fairly fast, but anyway, let's just go and quit that one. So. And so we've got, well, actually, let's have a quick look at everything, actually, because you do actually have a custom game which you can then go and play, which we'll go and do that one. You can then load in different games from where you've sort of been fighting things. The graphics is very, very nice, I've got to say. Like it's been done very, very well, the way that sort of does look. Online, looks like you've actually got then some sort of, I haven't clicked on this one before, but it looks like you can actually do a join, and you can actually then go and actually create a game, etc., or join by code. So you can actually fight against another human, which I think is a good thing. Again, I'd love the random maps if they had that one. Settings, there is not very many. Like you've got the audio settings back and through here. I might just reduce the volume down a little bit. We don't need all that. I might just move the music way down. Otherwise, it's probably already too late if this is going to be demonetized. Hi Tenru, how are you going? So we've got graphics, so very, very basic sort of stuff in through here really. It's not that these sorts of games just don't need it. And then controls, actually I always like to see the controls. So the important ones for us are the select next and previous unit, so 1 and 2, and select next and previous building, 3 and 4. They're the important keyboard shortcuts, which the game doesn't really sort of show that anywhere else on the screen. I sort of almost feel that should be part of the user interface, but having said that, once you know that they're the keys, you're actually okay. You do have things like expand unit tags or to hide unit tags with shift and control. Toggle the camera mode during an AI turn. Not that I'm going to be worrying about that one. Quick save, quick load, which is always good for these sort of games, I guess. Focus selected cell, yeah, that's okay. Super weapon is something we'll talk about when we get into the actual game itself. But one thing I really did like a lot was was where the custom games sort of were taking you. Now you've got a few different types of ways of playing the game, and so one of them is to go into like the game mode is either battle mode or skirmish mode. And so skirmish mode, essentially you've got to destroy the other forces, so the enemy forces, whereas battle mode, you've actually got to take over like the headquarters. And so in skirmish mode, in this case, it looks like you've actually, whatever armies you start with is sort of what you end up having for the actual game itself. And you can see it is mirrored. And this is again why I don't think that there's any real issue with having random maps, because you can just have an option to mirror them through the middle. It would be so much better, these games, if you had different things you could do. Having said that, there are a lot of maps. So if I go into skirmish mode and then go back to, all maps, you can see there's 26 maps in skirmish mode, and if I go into battle mode with all the maps, there's 59 of these. So there are a lot of maps to choose from. They are fairly basic. Don't know whether to show which one to show here actually. If we go into skirmish mode, they've got 2 players, 3 players, or 4 players, and you can see there's sort of lesser maps as you sort of go back through. But in the 2-player maps, let's just go and play one of these for now. So we've got. Yeah, I'm not sure if we end up getting extra units. I might even just play one of these. It's Hamburger Island. I'm not seeing factories, for example, in these particular locations. If we go into, I'm not sure how that one works. That looks like it's an artillery battle. These look like you do just have only your infantry, your artillery. If we go back into here, this is one where we do start off with a factory. We do sort of start to see, a headquarters, but we do start to see other factories and things as well. So we've got like a factory which we can then sort of bring in that instance. So these actually do have headquarters, factories there, for example. Other things in through here as well. Looks like other sort of factories. So this one has got probably a little bit more. We probably have. I don't have a hell of a lot of time today, but I will actually. We'll see how we go. Let's just go back to the skirmish mode, and we'll go and play. Which one should we play? I think we'll play this one here, where we've got a bit of forest in the middle. Just that I haven't tried a skirmish mode before, so let's see how this one does go. It's warmongering time, yes. So if I stop saying what, this doesn't seem like a DAS game. Oh, it actually is. Like to a large degree, I really, really enjoy Advanced Wars games, and this is pretty much that. So if we just go across, now we can actually choose sort of who we have. Now the only really important thing that we end up getting from the actual character is this: you've got special abilities, and so an offer you can't refuse. I don't know what that one does. Takes control of. Oh, there we go. Takes control of an enemy infantry for this particular character, and so as I go through each of them. Pope Man Visions of Wisdom, so reveals the map and doubles the movement of Pope Man's units during his turn. These are like special super weapons, and this is why it's called Super World War. One of Xian's infantry becomes a kamikaze. When it dies, it inflicts powerful damage on adjacent units. I don't want to do that one. Oops, hang on, I'll just keep that one through there. Then we've got Magic Kiss, heals capitulates units and recharges their ammunition. That's very, very powerful. Then we've got Grandma, drops a bomb on an area, effectively heavy damage on all units present. So sort of like a nuke. This is the Self-Madman. All Prince Floyd's units perform critical hits during the turn. Yep, that's the one there. Then we have a random one. So I think we'll actually play as this one here with the Magic Kiss here, so heals the units and recharges their ammunition. So that's going to be his special ability. We'll talk about how that one works when we get into the actual game itself. Pope Man, I'll just keep Pope Man in as the person that we go up against. So we'll be blue and he'll be red. Now the actual thing that we end up having through here is we've also then got all these different modifiers that we've actually then got for the actual combat itself. Hi Supreme Plague, how are you going? So you've got classic, this is like the weather systems. You've got Golden Coast, Canada, England, smog, shower. So you've got these are sort of algorithms that that push the weather in a certain way. I'll just keep it on classic where we can have like random weather come in. It's not, the other ones are sort of random as well, I think, where they actually, but there's more of a propensity, and I would think that it's going to be smog will mostly like have like a fog effect on most of the map, which will then stop vision. But we'll just go back to classic for what we're going to be playing through here. Game duration, you can actually play with a limit, but we'll play with no limits. Turn duration, no limit as well. This, I guess, is more for multiplayer if you wanted to play a short multiplayer game. Fog of War, yes. Superpower, yes, which is what we saw there, Magic Kiss and Visions of Wisdom. And difficulty, I'll ramp this up to hard. What else is there? Very hard, easy, normal, hard. I'll just go to hard. I played it on normal and it was really easy. So I'll try it on hard. I haven't tried it on hard before. All right, well, let's go in and play this particular one. I don't know what the skirmish will have. I think we just end up with, we have a stock standard number of units, and that's all we actually have. So let's talk about this, the way the game works. It's got quite a nice user interface. Again, could be a few little extra things done in it. So when we have a look at it from the top here, we've got the settings again. We'll just go and continue that one through there. We also then have a, this is essentially how the scoring in the game is actually going. So we've sort of got that one up through that other side as well. This is how much, now we've got 1,000 to spend if we had anything to spend, but we don't actually have anything we can go and do. So this is going to be purely how can we sort of keep our units going, and keep them alive as long as we possibly can. So then we've got the PP per day is 6, and this is the points in here to then activate the special power. So it's going to be, if we can get, I don't know if that'll work in this option here, but if we can get that to happen, that's going to then really, really help us enormously. What else do we have? We've got so today is a sunny day, which gives us full vision and full movement, so there's no problem with the weather. So the weather system affects either vision or movement, or both, and it's just turn number 1. So, and then this is a summary where we've got like 3 vehicles, 7 infantry, no aircraft. And I don't know what the 30, I think it may be the sort of like the combat power that we actually have on the map at this stage. So, there's no production back down this other side, and I probably should have shown the production more than anything. So what happens is, if we go and right click on anything, like if we go and click on this particular river, for example, we can then get information about the river itself. And so it costs infantry 2 movement. Vehicles cannot move through these, and helicopters it says 2 movement for helicopters, but I'm not sure why that would be the case. It does give a negative 30 defense, and so rivers are great if you've actually got the enemy on them. If we have a look at forests, for example, this is a plus 20 defense. It's only 1 movement for infantry, so infantry can move through this one very, very quickly, and you can ambush from within these sorts of things. Now, the other thing that we have is the, what else are we going to have on this map? We're just going to have open plains, which aren't just meadows. That's all we can really sort of see through there. And at the back through here, we've just got fields as well, which are essentially just the same as meadows. There is also mountains on this map as well in the corners here. And so a mountain gives plus 30 defense in through this other side. So yes, provide a significant strategic advantage, improving the defensive unit stationed there. And so that's sort of what we have. Now we're going to need to, they're going to have the similar sort of numbers down this way. They're going to have the bridge to get their units across. Let's talk a little bit about the actual individual units that we actually end up having. So we've got, these are just going to be riflemen, just normal soldiers. These are our baseline units, and we can see down through here sort of what they then end up doing. They do actually have like a limit on what they can then, like their ammunition. So they actually have that one through there. They don't really have a secondary weapon as such, and they just sort of do equal damage across the board. They're not the greatest at anything, but they are very, very useful in terms of capturing territory. So we've got 3 of those. We've got 3 bazookas. Now the bazookas are very strong against the vehicles. So vehicles, they've actually got extremely strong there. They cannot fire against infantry or helicopters with their base weapon, but then they can just use this. Their secondary weapon is essentially a pistol, and so they get to use that one, which is quite low value in terms of what it does do. And then we've just got a sniper in here, which has got a range of 2, and this one does mainly do damage against infantry, but can also then fire against the others. And this one here, the limit for this one is if something assaults it at range 1, they have to use their pistol, essentially, which is weak. So the pistol doesn't do very much damage. So that's what we have. Then for the vehicles that we actually have, in this case, we've been given ourselves 1 artillery. And you can see there it's only got like 50 ammunition, so this is going to run out of ammunition fairly quickly. So we're going to need to, when we go into the combat, we're going to need to figure out, like, we're going to have to, well, we've got a way to replenish that as long as we can protect these units. So we will be definitely wanting to protect our vehicles, and that I think will be the key to the game. Okay, we've got the artillery there. So this one is long range, so it actually shoots between 2 and 5. It can't shoot at a distance of 1, and it's got no secondary weapon. So if you get close to artillery, it can't move anything or do anything in through there. We also have a light tank. These are very good against other vehicles, and also they are reasonably good against infantry as well. So we actually have, these are very, very version of these with our bazookas, while we keep this one safe. Then we actually have, this is a transporter. These are really valuable. What they do is they can transport infantry around, but they can also resupply anything. So in terms of the infantry or the vehicles. So we'll be wanting to keep this one fairly central, and probably not really using it as a transporter, but mainly as a supply depot. You can see we can get all the way down to here. Now let's just say that these guys are coming across. The enemy will be able to do the equal and opposite. So if we have a look at this one here, they're going to be able to move into here, but they're not going to be able to move it to that point. Let's move this one down just so we can scout with it. So I'm going to move this one down to this location here. Oops, I'm just going to left click and just move. And there we are. So we can see it's sort of the equal and opposite as to where things actually were. These are very, very strong, the transporters. So I'm not too concerned about what actually happened. Now the sound is really bad. And just let me go and change that one up. Audio. I'll get that one working up there. Just keep the music down low. All right, continue. So we need to keep our vehicles well away from these guys. So I'm not going to move, I'm going to move this one across more in this sort of angle. And the artillery will start to just move across towards the road. All right, these guys can actually get across. Now this one here is this is a field with a river running through it. Yeah, so it's still a river. It's still just a river no matter what. But it can now, these guys can move across here. So keep on right clicking when I should be left clicking. And so we don't have any, this one is purely a battle to the death. So it's going to come down to whatever the last thing actually is. So we can see there's the road there. They're going to be coming along that road as well. So So we need to get all of our units across the river. I'll mainly be wanting the sniper to move up against the other guys back in through here. So these are the infantry. Their enemy sniper is going to be something we'll be wanting to try to get rid of as well. That's all I really need to do this turn. Now, they've left some on the actual river itself. That's interesting. So we're safe in here. And again, it's just a normal sunny day. So I need to get my infantry to handle this aspect. Now, there's nothing... These guys... Let's just have a quick look at this vehicle here. This one, light tanks are one of the best ways to attack armoured units at a relatively cheap price and a fairly powerful strike force. These are not scout vehicles, and so we can set up ambushes in the tree line, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to move these guys up to into as far as I can go with all of these, and then just set up ambushes for the vehicles. So I think I'll actually start. Which way should we go? They're likely to come along this road here. I think we'll just move in. I can either go into move or ambush when I'm going into forest. I'm thinking I'm going to go into ambush here. Yep, and so we're now seeing these vehicles. We can sort of make out that there's like the light tank there and the transporter is in through here. The light tank is the one that we really need to try to get rid of. I'm going to ambush... I'll ambush there. I'm just going to go back into here and just set up another ambush. So these guys can just walk straight the way through the forest. Let's move now. This one here, we've just got the standard soldiers are going to come in, and I probably want to keep these back initially. Just move that into the forest. It won't be hidden. These guys are hidden, but this one's not. And if I can draw them forward to fire against those with the other vehicles or whatever, then that's going to sort of work out reasonably well. Now this is our sniper. I'll set that one into ambush mode as well. And then I'm just going to put these in front also in ambush mode for when the infantry does come through. Ambush, you can't just get out of there. How should we do that? I'll keep it back a little bit. Now this is my resupply, and I don't need it just yet, but we are going to be wanting to... I can't actually attack that one with anything just yet. We'll just move that one up. Now we can assume that their version of that one's also going to be essentially their next turn. And we will be wanting to get rid of that one fairly quickly. I'm going to keep this one back as well. Now, if they can see it, they may come after it, and that's not going to hurt me at all because we're then going to get an ambush against their light tank. And then this one here, we just want to keep this one now back in the back of the pack. So ultimately, I think the transporters will be the last thing on the left on the map. All right, let's end our turn here. So I'll just read a few more of the comments in through here. I play with a Zorro mask. Yeah, no, it's pretty out there. The actual dialogue and the units, they're not. It's that aspect I don't like in these games, but they always seem to have that. Hi Rainman, how you going? And Ruts as well. It can be a player versus player, or this is a player versus an AI essentially. So big advantage to be the first to move and reach the forest first. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's and if they come in and actually, they're most likely going to be walking straight up into my ambush. So yes, it is a big advantage. Again, if we had random maps, that advantage actually wouldn't be there. always advocate for random maps. I love these sorts of games if they do have random maps. Like I like them anyway, but I do really like random maps. So yes, Smell of Slaughter. I think so. Even though on hard mode, I don't know what hard mode does. I think it's just the way that they plan, but I'm not sure. We don't know what's going to happen there. Richard Phillips saying he does occasionally play games like this. Yes, looks like a great little war game that was on Android. Yeah, it does look like an Android game, doesn't it? I don't know if it is an Android game. It possibly is. We'll end our turn here. About to end your turn while some actions are still available. Yeah, sure. I'm just going to go no. In this instance, I do actually have actions that I can do. So, for example, this one here has got an action. If I go and click on it, there's an embark for one of my units if I wanted it to. There's weight. It's not even supply. So if I just go and press the number 2 key, yeah, so this bazooka can be put on board, that one, but I'm just going to leave it off for now. I'm just going to end the turn. So say yes. Here we go. Ambush. And this is absolutely ideal. Now we got rid of 5 there, and we've got the other ambush coming from the other side. And now we get a combo. See, it's got X1 in the corner. That sort of then improves the power of the unit itself. Now the sniper is going to have a crack at one of these. This will actually hurt a lot. So we've lost a fair bit there. But we've done a lot of damage. And there we go, another ambush. Now we killed a lot of them. That was the sniper ambush, but also we have these guys. We're going to finish them off. Now this one has to use pistols, which are going to be fairly weak, but we're only defending with pistols here as well. the blood in this one is fairly interesting. Now, these are riflemen, and they will actually do a relatively good job. Oh, they brought a group out. Now, this will be artillery off map that we don't get to see. So the artillery is firing. All right, it's our turn. So we actually have now the sniper. Their sniper is in here. We're going to definitely be wanting to break our way through to that. We also then have the artillery, which is down in here somewhere. Now the artillery has a range. We saw there before with our artillery. It's got a range of 5, and if we have a look at this area, so it's going to be 5 away from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should be there. So if I just go and move this unit down to this location, we should then have what we need to kill off that artillery as well. So we're using because this one's very powerful against the artillery. I don't know what happens if we go and try to click on this. I don't think there's anything that can happen. So let's go and... I haven't tried this. Oh, it's over there. All right. That can actually then attack me. So so it is further back behind than what we thought. Now we still actually have these, which we'll then need to go after. We've still got the sniper. I really need to get the sniper in to hit this. We've still got riflemen coming in through this other side, and we've still got our 2 riflemen, which are still in ambush mode. I'm going to have to ultimately bring them out of ambush mode. Now I can actually hit these guys. I can do 6 damage there. And to do that, I'd have to get it across to this other location. I think I can do that because nothing can really then get close to it anyway. So let's go and hit this one at this location, this defender. These guys really aren't going to be all that powerful against anything other than vehicles. So this will now move down along the road. And so this is our first attack against those units. And we may then get another version in through here. Now we're not getting any. Okay, we're not getting any PP, so we're not going to be able to use the super weapons in this particular playthrough. Now, that one there is a bit of a problem, but so is their sniper. And you can see I can do 6 damage to the sniper, but I don't want to lose my sniper either. I think I'm just going to take out this. If I go back one, it's just got a range of 2. I can do 8 damage to that. So I am going to move this. If I leave the sniper where it is, it's then going to be targeted by their sniper. So, but if I move it back into here, so if I just go back to move, I can then attack this one here and do the 8 damage. Yeah, big hits. So that's their riflemen. Their riflemen are now probably like their sniper is our #1 concern now, and followed by the riflemen. So getting rid of the rifleman abilities, like we've got 5 there, we've got 2 there. We do need to get rid of this thing. So the attacker, we're going to be able to do 3 there. There's no real point coming back any further than this, unless I wanted to give the sniper a target, but I don't think I do. We'll just slowly sort of work our way. These ones will only be able to resupply the ammunition of the others, but we might as well just do some damage to it. That one there, we do get the full kill there actually, which is better than that. That one we almost get the kill there, but it's really going to come down to killing off these little units, I think. This one can't actually fire, so it's of limited value to them at this point in time. It's funny, the little death animations that they have. Now if we go and click on this one through here, we can only do 2 damage and then 1 damage comes back. This unit here, oops, hang on, let's just go back across. That unit there, I don't, like it could ultimately go down and do an attack down that way, which I guess I have to be a little bit concerned with. I think what I might do is I might just go back into here and then just resupply everything. I should have done that after my move. I can do 3 attacks there, so I'll take that one through that side. This is rifleman versus rifleman. And we do lose a little bit here, but you can see there it's a combination X1. That's our second attack against that particular unit. These guys are still in ambush mode. What are they likely to do? They're likely to still come forward, I think. I'm going to take this one out of ambush mode. If I just go and click on it a second time, exit ambush, and that's its turn. So when you do go into ambush mode, that's the end of it, really. This one, we should be able to hunt this one down now. And it's going to be more effective against the infantry. So I'm assuming this one here will then cop it. This one's still hidden away. All right, let's end our turn here. So we're now just defending with pistols here. And again, this is purely a game of attrition. Down to 3. And then the rifleman coming in against our rifleman. They should do a lot of damage here. Yep, they destroyed that unit. Oh no, we're still down to 1. That's good because it'll sort of force them to come in and actually do something. Oh, I didn't realize I could do that. That's going to hurt like hell, actually. Damn. It's not good. I thought I'd done enough there. Yeah, this is good. The sniper is actually going after that one unit. That's a big waste of firepower. Well, that was a silly move of me to move that one down. I should have... Yeah, this one's coming down and it's got nothing it can really do. It is going to go after these. It shouldn't be able to do too much damage. It'll do a bit, but not a hell of a lot. So just we just lost one, but we're going to be able to now wipe out theirs as well. So unfortunately, in this instance, we both end up losing our artillery. There's no zone of control, but you can lock things in if you can. So let's just go and move this one down. This is range 1, and we're going to do 9 damage there. Oh no, we're not going to do 9. We only do 6. Not sure why that's the case. I thought we would have done more than that. Now we've got the smallish group there. Our sniper, we need to go and do the damage against this sniper here. And that will be important. So I'm just going to go and move to here. In fact, if I go and click on that one, it wants to move to there. But if I move to there, I can then do a big shot. There's no retaliation from the enemy snipers. So we can do 6 damage to that one. I don't know why I find it so funny. Timmy is me saying, ouchies, yes. Okay, then we've got this unit which we didn't actually play off before. We can now come back in and we can wipe that one off when we look at that one. So let's go and do that. So we'll move that one up and kill off their sniper. And that now really has now set the game up for us by getting rid of that unit. And we still have other units that can then come back through and do other things as well. I can get rid of 2 of them with that unit there. Now that's the they've still got this guy here as well. I'm going to I can actually. Okay, oh, you can merge units as well when they become a bit too weak. Now that one can't actually get back to where that one is. Oh, I can do it here. So let's go and actually embark here. And we're going to disembark here. Can I attack? No, I can't. But this is going to lock this unit in. And it's not going to be able to disembark. So we're going to move to that one. And that way we can just keep on firing at this unit. So this one, I actually probably can disembark into the river. And so that's another one that we can then sort of do a lot of damage against. So we don't get the other attack. I was hoping that we'd sort of be able to do even more damage here. And so they're transporting one of their units. Now if we get the first attack, we're still actually in ambush mode there, so I think I'll actually keep that one. If it comes back towards this direction, we're going to at least be able to get another shot. So if it attacks our sniper, we get an ambush against that particular one. This one here, I'm going to move this one all the way back. Move. And we're not going to do any damage there. We're not going to do any real damage there either. Oh, we'll do 1. Yeah, let's just do that. Yep, there we go. It's down to 4. But this one, I think it will disembark that group somewhere into here, because it'll be dead next turn if it doesn't. Okay, everything is now moved, so we'll end our turn. It says no, but that's the unit that's actually in ambush mode. Ambush is now going to be taken on. So we now have, it's going to hurt. So this is going up against our bazookas. So we need to get our sniper down to finish off these riflemen. Oh, here we go. So we have a lightning storm. And so now we actually have a situation where we have very limited vision. So vision is 1 and movement is 1. So everything is now being impacted. But this one can still actually move across. Let's move this one down into here. Do another attack. It says we should be able to do 6, but I'm not sure why that's... We don't seem to be getting the 6. Oh yeah, there we go. That's good. So the artillery is now gone. So we made a mistake with our artillery, but at least we've finished off theirs, and we do have an advantage in here. So I can do another 2 damage there. And that should then finish it off. So that when we come back and do this next attack, we've now got a bit of a double attack. Now the Pope Man team, it says it's got 0 bullets there. Not sure why that would be the case. Okay, as in the other unit. There we are. Now that's actually wiped out both those units, which is great. So that's awesome. Got smallish groups in through here. This one here is the biggest target. And we need to get our sniper into a position where we can actually then go and do more damage. So I'm going to bring this one across into here, move. I don't have to do the attack just yet. I'm going to move that one down into that location. And then we're going to do 6 damage there. So it's down to 3, so it's going to do very limited damage against my other unit. And then we actually do have, well, this one here, I can't actually embark with these because they've actually moved. So we can either kill that one off or kill this one off. I might as well kill this one off, I think. Oh, I could have done the other one actually, because I had another group that could have moved in. Didn't need to do that. Could have gone the other way. And move that one down. Not that it's going to matter that much. So it's down to 2. So I need to move that one into there to get another shot. And we will do 1 damage there. So do the attack. And this unit here, what I might do is have a quick look and see, what have we got there? We've got 25 ammunition there, 34 ammunition there, 20, 10, 23. This one's not going to be able to do very much damage to this particular unit. So I'm going to move this one up and then click on supply. That will then resupply these units. So that's now 30, 40, etc. This one here has still got 38. It's just only firing 1 ammunition now per round. Nothing else we can do there, so we'll end our turn. Now it's a storm over. Now here we go. So we've just got these guys coming in a little bit again against our bazookas. And I could have saved one of those guys, but anyway, that's all right. And this really isn't going to hurt me. Even though there's a bazooka. Yeah, we just got 1. Oh, it was a critical hit. Okay, so there's a random number generated for those, and we're back to sunny weather again. Just start doing the attacks this way. kill that one off. So our snipers certainly did a good job going through here. And then we're just down to some riflemen now, just to finish off this other group. There we go. So that was sort of like an example of a skirmish where you don't actually get to have any other than your starting forces, which I quite like the idea of that one. So this music is really loud again. I'll just reduce it down a little bit. Okay, so Fairy Forest here, blah blah blah, damage dealt. You can sort of see there the various stats for everything. It doesn't give you a per unit stat, which would have been pretty cool actually, to sort of see, you know, who did what. Would have been great. Okay, we'll go back to the menu. So that's an example of that. Let's now go back and play a battle. Let's just go in and play. Let's actually play a still keep it two units. Now we do actually, I don't know if that's a factory there. That's corridor. This one here, you'll be fighting very. This will be a really tight fight with the two headquarters. You got to take over the enemy headquarters, so that's going to be too hard for the AI, I think. This one here, you've got air-land battle. Looks like we've got air forces that we need to use there. This one looks a bit of a combination of different things. Let's go and play this one here. This one does look interesting with the various other things we have on the map. I think these are cities, actually, these things here. All right, Rush it is. So we'll go and play this one. So we'll just go next. And again, I'll just go back to that other unit again. And we'll keep it on Pope Man for now. Weather type classic, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Just keep all that way. Money multiplier. So you can actually now, because money now is important, we can actually have like something where we can get more per turn. I don't know what these runs range to. 0.5, 0.25, 4, 2, 1. Yeah, okay. I'll keep it on number 1. Superpower, yes. Difficulty, I'll make it hard again. And play. I think that actually, I wonder if the difficulty was the damage as well. That may have been something that did impact what actually happened here. So 50 degrees and hotter, so it's just a standard old day. So we're getting plus 4,000 coinage per day. We do actually have all of these at the start. So what we end up having through here is the city, which is going to give me plus 1,000 per day. We've got ourselves a barracks, and we've also got ourselves a factory. So I'll show you what each of these do, and the headquarters as well. Back in through here, we have cities that we're going to need to capture, and then we've got like a very weak point through here. So we're going to be needing to figure out a way to block this off initially, or to get across here initially, and then try to block it off if we can. But it's going to be difficult. We then actually have a village, which gives me 500 per day. We haven't captured this one. This one's a city at another 1,000 per day. So we're going to be wanting to capture these, and we need to use infantry for that. So so I'm going to need to get, if I click on my main city here, I can then just go and grab soldiers from my headquarters. So I'll grab those. For up the barracks gives me my basic sort of light forces and infantry forces. So I can either go and get, for 1,000, I can go and get another soldier. I can get a bazooka or a sniper for 2,500, so 2,000 there. Or 6,000, I can get myself a scout vehicle, which a scout vehicle can actually spot anyone that's actually in ambush mode. But I'm just going to go and get initially basic infantry. So I'm just going to go that way. Now the next one up through here is the factory. The factory actually allows me to get a whole lot of different types of units. I'm not going to do anything just yet because I can only afford the transporter. So what I can actually ultimately get is another scout vehicle from a factory, transporter, which we saw in the last one was resupply and also moving units around. We've got ourselves a light tank there for 9,000. 16,000 is a heavy tank. Artillery there for 8,000. We've got anti-air, which we don't have any air on the map, so we're not going to worry about that one. And then 20,000, we get a missile launcher. So we'd have to sort of save up. We've got 4,000 per day currently, but we need to just get infantry to take these back locations, and then we'll save up to get something a bit more meaningful back in through here. Right, so let's just end our turn here. And it was saying, you know, we can do things because of the factory. I like that it does give me that little bit of notice. Right, so we now actually have these units. I can go across to here. And actually, before I do that one, I can capture that. This city is worth 1,000 a day. So let's go and capture this one. We only get half of it, and it comes down to whatever points we have. We've got 10 units in there. It can capture 10 points. This one as well, we'll go and capture again. And we're going to be wanting to do the same sort of deal again. So I'm just going to go and grab myself another one of those to go and capture this next turn. Another one down in here. What should we grab this time? We've now got 6,000 left. And I'm probably going to be wanting to shoot from here to here ultimately. But I think I'm going to be preferring to use tanks. I think I'm just going to go back to basic, because there's going to be a bit of attrition at the start. The factory, I can still get one of these, which I think I will get now. We're going to need one eventually anyway, so let's just go and grab that one. We're down to 2,000. Let's just save that one up. Here comes his units, so he's sort of copying sort of what we've been doing. So this one here, we just go and finish off the capture. We're going to move our vehicle down. Just move it fairly close. Actually, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I can sort of move this pretty much anywhere in reality. The one captured. These have only got 10 points, so we can capture them immediately. And then we've got this one here, which will start to move up. I'll keep it as a bit of a target, just in case it wants to come after us. So we've got 6,000 again. The scout unit is probably going to be a useful one to go and get, although I wouldn't mind getting a sniper. So that's going to then just leave me with 3,500. So I'll save the rest, I think, although maybe another one of these. Let's just do that one down to 2,500 now. So we'll end our turn. And they've brought a scout vehicle out. So they're going into the one on the road. This will hurt. So a lot of damage done. And now it's a stormy day. Now I was going to, actually I can bring it back. So if I, actually no I can't. I think I've got the movement for it. Let's move that one off. Just move that one up. I've put that one too far away now. Yeah, I can't do anything with that one there. If I go and try to attack this unit, they're going to do 4 damage back to me. So I'm just going to keep that one where that is. So unfortunately the scout units now, I've got 9,000. A light tank would be ideal at this point. And unfortunately we've got this unit now, which is this one can't actually get to it. Like if I go into there, I can, it says I can. I'll try that one. Okay, we can embark. That's good. I'm not going to disembark just yet. I'm just going to try to block this off. just move. I won't do anything else at this stage. I've got no more money left, so I'll just move into there. Can't do anything else with those units. So we've captured all of the bottom areas. They haven't captured that one yet themselves, or that one. So they're moving up against these. So we've got a bit of an advantage with money, and you can see we've almost now got the special power that we have. So the power is going up a little bit per day. Okay, let's end our turn here. So they're now attacking the city. It's still raining, so we've still got more rainy days. But we can now go and one thing we're going to be wanting to do here is actually to go and disembark in here. Actually, I can't really move anything else up that much. So I'm going to click on that one to disembark. And with that one there, I'm then going to capture and start the capture of that particular location. The light tank can now come into here and actually do major damage. It can destroy that one completely. So we'll go up and do that. Got 6,000. I think I'll save up again for more tanks and things. So we're going to move that one up into just back into there, I think, although I can embark again. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Maybe it is. Yeah, I might do that. Let's embark with that. This rainy weather certainly is slowing things down. If we go back into here, this thing will actually then go and repair next turn, because if you take it back to something that can actually build it, like if I go and right click on this, the headquarters can repair riflemen because it can produce riflemen. So we're just going to go and do that. It will cost me a little bit, but I might as well get that one done. And it will also resupply whatever it has. So 6,500. I might get myself another sniper, because we can sort of sit back and just help with the others. Now next turn, as long as I can survive this, I might move that one back, actually. I don't think it'll be able to survive properly in there on its own. Okay, let's end our turn there. Okay, they've got artillery, I think. And that's what we want to get as well. So back to sunny weather again. So artillery. There it is there. Now I can start to push this one down. I can do 6 damage to either of those, 5 damage to that one through there. Now we're not seeing anything. There's another vehicle of theirs there. We'll capture that one. We needed to get the snipers up. So if I can take the sniper, if I take this one up forward and then move the sniper up, so she can do 8 damage there. which doesn't finish it off, but what it does do is it then allows these units to come back down, and it's going to be on the river, but it will actually then defeat that one. We've still got these other units back in this other side as well. I was thinking of trying to bring that one down through here into that position. This sniper is now going to become a bit of a target, I think. There we go, we've got an attack there as well. That's good, that's 6 there. That's going to stop them from capturing that unit, that location this turn. So they've only got 4 left there. These have to go on the road. We can disembark at some of these locations. That one can't do much. This one is now fixed up. So we'll start to move these up. If we can just take a few of these cities, that's going to be that city there would be very, very valuable for us. So that one's not going to be able to do it this turn. This artillery is going to still be a bit of a problem for us. Our light tank should be fine for a little while. We shouldn't have too many other dramas. Just move that one up. I'm going to keep that one where it is. So I can always move it back to the factory to heal itself, to heal it back up again. We've got 1800 left over, so I'm not going to worry about anything else just yet. So we'll end our turn there. Of course, attrition is really important in these games. Now they're using their special ability to move fast. Now they're moving into the river, which is actually ideal for me. And we may lose this unit. Yeah, they do get a bit of an advantage here. But being in the river makes them very, very susceptible. As long as we can survive, I can then heal everything else up. No, we're not going to. That one's not going to survive. You can see combo X1. That's going to then destroy those, unfortunately. So I've gone after my my most damaging units. All right. So we now have a cloudy day, where the vision is like a foggy day, where the vision has gone right down, but we can still see all of these different units. Now we can actually do massive damage in here. We're still not seeing anything at all like that's going to be like there's no bazookas or anything coming. So I think that this is a great way to actually then get some like nearly 8,000 worth of attacks coming in. So we've got 2 there. We do have the artillery, which should be able to then finish that off, but these are so susceptible now to different things. You know, we've got the we can smack that one now. So they've got a little bit of what they needed to get through there. We can get 8 there. We can kill off that one completely, but I can do that pretty much almost with anything. So we'll bring the artillery up to, say, here. I can kill off that artillery. I can kill off that with the artillery as well. I can do 7 there. I can do a lot of damage against their infantry with all of this. Might just come back to that. Now the bridge is strategic routes allowing units across. So there's no negative there. It's the river that's the problem. Like if I go back into the river and then just go to the actual Meadow River. It's got -30 in through there with its defence. Impassable for ground vehicles, rivers can become major obstacles, especially during rain when they slow down its surrounding movements. Just have a quick read of the comments there. So the macro is saying, I added it to my wish list, then saw the gore and it removed it. ACP. Thanks for showing it though. I wonder if you can turn that off. Usually those sorts of things can be... it's not there. That's interesting, actually. I really thought that would be... I just assumed that would be... Because it is fairly gory. Like, you're right. It's... yeah, that's interesting. That's actually a big oversight. Yeah, that's actually a big oversight. So... yeah, it's not actually in the group there. That's interesting. Yeah, it's I'll pass that along to the developer. Actually, I think it's fairly important that they actually look at that, because that's something that it's those sorts of options really should be in these sorts of games. Now, can we get down into we don't know what's down that way, and I can actually get this one down into all sorts of different other areas, which I think would be, like, again, a really good idea. Let's move this one down. We've got the disembark here, which I don't know if that's going to work. We don't know what else there is. There's the factory there. If let's just go for a bit of a run. Can't use that one. Whoops, hang on. Keep on right-clicking on things when I shouldn't be. I can kill that one off completely. All right, there's a scout there, and they do have snipe. Okay, but their headquarters is now actually completely off. We're going to move that one in, and we're going to start to capture this location. Now we've got to get 30 into there, so we'll keep that one going. We may be able to do a bit more damage in through this other side. We're going to need to now bring, what else have we got through here? We're going to have to start to sort of just whittle away at some of the other units that are down this way. They're both, they can do a lot of damage here. If I do the 9, I've got 2, I've got 3. That one there could finish off this guy. Let's go and do that now. There's no retaliation attack. Nicholas, how are you going? Now, if we take the headquarters, we win the game. So they're going to have to go back and attack us in here, and these guys here are going to be the main ones doing the damage, I think. Let's go and hit this one. And sniper, oh, I should have checked that one beforehand. If I take the sniper up, I can get rid of that one largely, which is going to then save the other units. So I'm going to take this one into this location. Which makes us fairly susceptible, but now we have to try to protect the what we're taking over. So that's now severely weakened what they can then go and do, but they've still got this one here is going to do a lot of damage. That's another thing that would be good if you could actually click on the enemy units to see what sort of damage it's going to be if they do have their shot, because it's not random. This unit here can move all the way up into this other side. I then have an option really to kill off any of these, or can't kill that one off just yet. So we'll just go and get rid of the bigger units. nice quick games. I do like the I like the pacing of the game, and I like what they've done with it as well. I'm going to attack this one in here. And we'll finish them off. So pushing hard. Again, getting the right sort of units is very important in this game. Well, I like the graphics in this one as well. Like it's got a nice feel about it. Now we've got 9,000 again. I think we'll go and get ourselves. The artillery is super useful, but some of these little light tanks. I think we might go for more artillery. Right, that leaves me with only 1,000 left, so we'll just keep that one where that is. We'll end our turn. They're going to have to try to attack this unit. If they don't, then it means the AI is not the best. They didn't. That's interesting. They went after the snipers who are weakened. Weakened by being in the water. So the artillery did a bit of damage. Interesting, they're not going after the threat. So I'd say that that's pretty poor from the AI perspective. Because unless they go after that group, oh, now they are. Okay, we're going to use our superpower at the start of our turn. Okay, they've gone for the light tank there themselves. So we can use this power whenever we want to at this stage, and but we're not ready to just yet. What we want to do is we want to come through and kill off that, but we also want to do damage down this way as well. So I'm going to do damage into here to start with. Taken 3 damage there. Then we've got the so the sniper there. This unit here can not finish off that one. Just cancel that for a second. Actually, you can come down around the corner here. Just start to attack this in through this other side. All right. Oh, actually, there is one thing you can do if you don't like the the sort of the, I guess, the blood and gore type aspect of it. You can actually go in and just click as soon as the combat starts, and it will just come straight out with the results. So there is that way around it, I guess, like if you're sort of doing it. But this one here, I do want to move this one back in. Let's not do that just yet. We'll probably move that one back to the actual factory. Got 8,000 points at this stage. So I want to just move that one off. There's no point not moving onto there, I don't think. 7 damage there. We want to get rid of that one there, I think. Because they're going to come after our light tanks. Actually, I'll do that. I'll show you what I mean. Like if I can hit that one, but am I going to have to move? I'm going to have to move into there, into that one there. But that's not really all that valuable to me. I think I'm just going to get rid of this one. So if I click on this one to attack it, if I click immediately, it will then just come back with the result. So you can get around the gore that way. So there's one way to do it. And if we then just move this one down, oh, I shouldn't have done that actually. Oh no, that's okay. I'm still actually okay with that. You can actually also combine your forces, like the same forces together, to then sort of get their health sort of replenished, like just combine their health back up again. I'm going to attack this. There's no retaliation because this one doesn't fire back at range 1. So we didn't actually do any more damage, but we did it a little bit more. Like if we have a look at the actual unit itself, you can see it's got 100 points, not 10 points. So we're at 12 now. So we're sort of getting it, we're whittling it down. All right, so we have a whole lot of injured units. And actually, I'm not going to need to move this one away because I've got other abilities. So we're going to use now the superpower. There it is, Magic Kiss, and everything will then be healed up. So all our units are now back up to 10 points again, which means we can then go back into here and go and start to capture this again. So we're now at 20 of 30. We've got one more turn before we need to, before we sort of, we'll have to sort of then do something with it. This unit is, I'm just going to keep it where it is, I think. What I might just do is just go and do actually can't even, doesn't seem to be able to resupply. Oh, sorry, when that happens, they all resupply anyway, so there's no point. But I'll still keep it there just to sort of keep units away from the headquarters. And we're going to need to get more units back down into what we're doing. So we're going to go and do a bit more damage. Which way should we do this? I can take this one down into here and kill off that unit, which I think would be good. I can't get to there. Actually, I can get to there if I move it into there. Now, this is just foggy, so I can still move at normal rates. If I move, and that one can then move into that other location. Let's just move this one across just to block all these things in, to a large degree anyway. Kill that one off. Would have been nice to have gotten a unit that could go on to that particular location, but we don't. So our superpower is actually, all of our weakened units have now come back. I can't do anything with that one. And we'll bring this one into here and then just attack this again. So do a little bit more damage. It'll just get rid of one of their units, one of their power. Oh, almost got it. All right, we've got 8,000, which isn't quite enough for anything other than actually, I might get myself one of these now, just so we can actually those artilleries are all ready to go as well. So I didn't need to do that. All right, so we are swarming their end area through here. We're just going to go and let it go there. Don't know if that's the HQ. Yeah, Yeah, it is. So they're going after the HQ now. As long as we've got one with 10 nearby, we're going to be able to win this game. They've moved out and back in again. Again, this is okay. This is good. The AI is now recognizing the threat and is destroying what they can. Now we're going to need to. They're going to get a unit there, so they've actually just brought themselves back in another unit. So we need to destroy that unit. So we can do 4 damage there, and if we keep on doing more and more attacks, we're going to be able to get stronger and stronger. So I'm going to move this unit back so I can get this attack in through this other side. Move, and if we have a quick look and see, we can do 5 damage there. So we'll do that attack. Got a bit of protection being in the headquarters. Okay, it's down to 50%. We then actually have the artillery, which can also get rid of the other 5. Good, and then we can just come in and win the game. So if I now move this one in, capture, that then gives me my last... Oh no, they've got us back to... I didn't realise that it's reset. That's not something we don't want. In that case, I'm going to capture this as well. So we'll just get a few of these sort of going at this point in time. Okay, what else do we need to get rid of? We wanted to get rid of this guy, just so we can take that location, I think. Although that one can cause a lot of damage. Okay, that's fine. Get rid of that one. I can get rid of that one. It's still struggling trying to bring this one back up to speed. Let's go and take this one out. Okay, so they reset the what we're doing. That's interesting, actually. So we do need to be able to protect it fairly well. And we've got this one in here, which... I'll just bring this one up and resupply those 2 artillery. Keep that one going. Oh, we do have the tank. Now that will be able to kill that one off. Yeah, let's kill this off. And then we've still got this one here that's going to be a bit of a problem for us, but it's not going to be terrible. Okay, we've got 13,000 now. So what else can we get? We can go and get another light tank if we wanted to, or even another scout vehicle. I think we'll go for the light tank. I mean, we are sort of now getting towards the end of the game anyway. So we'll end our turn there. Going after our light tanks. Now, if we can actually stop them from spawning units there, that would be fairly useful. It's interesting. They moved that one right away. So they let us do this. Now they've just got a standard old unit there, back that way. I'm just going to capture for now up to 20. So now we'll target that one again as well. We'll go for the capture there. This one's a kill. We need to get rid of this guy, so we can do that with our sniper. We've just got the infantryman in here, which we're going to be wanting to target. Now we suffer a little bit there. If we take that one in there, we can just get rid of a couple. Get rid of 2 there. Get rid of 4 there. Let's do this one. And we can get rid of all of them now because we've got the secondary attack. Awesome. So that one's now also can't be, like we can now move this unit into here and start to capture that one as well. That one's only 20 points in through there. So next turn, we've got enough units around all over the place to be able to grab what we need. So just supply both of those. The tank, we can come into there. Not really too concerned about that one. So they're down. That's good. And we can just kill that one off. T5 Cats is saying Mukars are like guns and bombs. I was going to say really graphic with the blood. Yeah, that makes... yeah, so it is actually, and we can't turn it off, which is sort of funny. That's actually really... I'm very surprised with that. I mean, it's sort of funny, but it's also... you generally have the option to turn off gore. It's interesting actually that they don't have it. I wonder why. I don't know what the design decision would be to not actually have it there. It's strange. Got 11,000. I'm just going to leave that on where that is. So we'll end our turn. But it's an enjoyable game. Like it's actually it's pretty cool the way it does work. So they're going to have to come back and try to again clean these guys out. They don't really have the enough to get rid of us. So we're going to now win the game this next turn. It's only if they can actually dislodge us completely. Here we go. Your opponent wishes to give up the game. So we can accept that one because basically they know that we're going to win next turn. So that's good as well. I like that in a game where it knows it can't win. So it offers to give up. Oops, gee, that was loud. So that was good. Yeah, it's just, a simple little game. The way it sort of does play out. Let's go back to the menu. Sorry, I don't know, then the music as well. Like that music should be tied in with the audio settings, but it's not. So anyway, that's I'm going to actually leave it here. I've got to get going. I've got to go a bit earlier today, so only an hour and a half. But that sort of does show off different aspects of the game. Beaches are saying would play because casual strategy games are like a break from other strategy games and that require a lot of thought. Yeah, absolutely. It is definitely a beer and pretzels type game, and it does. You can save as you go as well, save and load, which is unusual nowadays. So many games that actually don't allow you to save in missions, which is just strange. But anyway, this one does allow you to do that. But yeah, it's an enjoyable game. I just wish it had random maps. That would be very, very cool. And I don't see, in one sense, I don't see the reason why they can't have random maps in these sorts of games. It's just sort of a strange decision, and also not turning off the gore. I will definitely pass that along because that does seem like a real oversight to not actually have that setting in the actual game itself. Yeah. So, but no, it's enjoyable. It's an enjoyable little game. It's very, very basic. I mean, there's there's a lot of advanced war style games out there that do different things, and but yeah, it's very clean. This one, like the graphics are really quite clean. Timmy's me saying Pope Man, so they took a screen grab of Taz and gave him a mask and a Pope hat. There we go. Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it there. So thanks for watching. I'm going to be away for a week, actually, so I won't be doing any live streams for the coming week. But I'll be back as soon as I get back. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you in about a week's time.